This week on Plan C, we have some exciting developments on our possible boat.
There's a hole of some sort here.
We've let go of it all. The house, the furniture, the routine. We've left behind careers, comfort, and everything we knew.
Chasing something we couldn't quite name, but knew we needed.
Out here, we're searching for more than just freedom. We're looking for healing, for peace, for the kind of quiet that only the sea can give.
This isn't just a sailing journey.
It's our way of starting over, together. This is Plan C. Welcome aboard.
What are we doing here? Where are we?
We're in town, says let's go take a look at Lake Okeechobee. Now, gators, snakes,
Lots of girls.
Just filled with people.
Happening.
All right, let's go check it out.
They're all over the place, dude. Holy shit.
Uncle Jeff, where are we? Fucking in the middle of nowhere at some lake with a bunch of snakes. We should not have come here.
We're blaming him for it.
Yep.
Right there.
Today was the morning of our very first sea trial and our survey to see if the boat would be the right fit for us.
Jeffrey, what are your thoughts on our first sail? It's raining and thunderstorming, so we'll see. Hopefully it's nice when sun comes out.
Between the timing of the tides, bridges, and surveyor, we had to make sure there were no delays.
Yeah, this battery selector switch is still on 1 and 2. Oh.
We had left the battery on from a few days before. But luckily, fate was in our favor today.
I'm getting 10.72. It's charging this way too. All right, it's working.
All right, Tanner, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
This was the culminating point of everything we had worked for thus far. No mistakes could be made, and we had to make sure everything was done correctly. We were all in awe as we watched this 30,000-pound beast get lifted above the waterline.
Really was hoping they would be able to pressure wash it.
It was hard not to get excited at the thought. This may be our final act towards being on the ocean. We had to take the boat out up on the hard because the surveyor needed to check the hull for any soft spots, blisters, or anything that didn't look right. Before he did that, the bottom needed a scraping.
I don't think it was a seashell like this.
There's a hole of some sort here. And this through hole doesn't look correct.
The surveyor did find some things that looked unusual, and some blisters. But it was time to throw it back in the water to check if the rest of the systems worked correctly. Even with some of the outward defects on the hull, we wanted to get her back in the water so the surveyor could tell us if she was the right fit or not. We had a lot of help from the people at this boatyard, and we couldn't have done any of this without them. So thank you guys, and thank you for being such kind people. We had now begun her maiden voyage on the intercoastal waterways of Florida. We set anchor at a beautiful sandbar and did our best to help out our surveyor with any of the work he had left. And now it was time to put up her sails for the first time in over 3 years. Hoisting that rope felt like raising the flag of victory that took 3 months of dedication to achieve. We were finally sailing for the first time. Through all of our pain and all of our struggle, through all of our loss and everything we've given up, our friends, our family, for the ones we love and the places we used to call home, for the tears we shed and the days we felt like giving up, for when we were surrounded by nothing but fear, when we had no idea what our future would look like, when all we had was each other and an idea.
It's right now. No,
Just hold it.
it's happening right now.
I'm sorry, guys.
All I can say is, thank you.
All right, Jeffrey, what just happened?
Underground.
And how long do we have to wait?
About an hour or so for the tide to come up.
How are we going to pass that time? Cheers.
We might be able to get in that channel around 10 o'clock
Tonight?
tonight. That's the best case that I can see getting in that channel.
Okay. They also have restaurant docking, but I don't want to maneuver this thing right up to the restaurant. I think that's the best case scenario.
All right, so right now we're going to go get some food and get some beers and maybe tie up for the night, potentially. If not, we'll come back and we're going to try and make it through the canal again and possibly tie up at the dock. But who knows? We're kind of stuck, so.
Heading back to the boat. We didn't get in until after midnight last night with lots of issues. We decided to pack it up last night, head home, and then we'll come back today. We'll get all our crap off the boat, and we have to make a decision on moving forward with the boat or not. Yes, we kind of already did.
Okay, so yesterday we took the boat out for sea trial and had a professional survey done and discovered even more issues and potential problems, that some of which are severe. We will have to make a decision on the boat a little bit forward.
We discovered that the deck on the boat is pretty rotten, and that's not a project we're really willing to tackle, along with a few other things that kind of brought us to the final conclusion that we're not going to buy this boat and that we're going to keep looking.
So on a good note, Captain Jack, the captain that we had for that day, is a local guy down here, has lots of knowledge of different brokers and people and contacts. So he's going to go ahead and help us kind of narrow down the search for looking for a boat with some people that he knows here locally.
70 hours this evening. Okay, yeah. I'm getting on the road today, and I'll send you a bunch of information on.
Awesome, man. We're excited. So thank you. I appreciate all your time.
All right, well, I'll shoot you a message this afternoon.
Awesome. Thanks again.
All right, Ted.
All right. Bye-bye.
With the loss of our first boat, it was time for the next best option.
We are in Fort Lauderdale looking at another boat.
This Kelly Peterson Formosa was a 46-foot boat, and it looked pretty promising from the pictures. But upon inspection, we discovered otherwise. Not only was most of the woodwork destroyed, but most of the systems weren't functioning either.
It definitely shows its age in woodwork, which is not major.
It's not even just showing your age, it wasn't well maintained.
It's showing its age for sure.
Yep, I think, yeah, it's definitely a lot more worn out than what I was expecting, but it doesn't look like it's anything so far that's structural. So
When we went and looked at the boat, it was not well maintained and lots of issues. So it only took us about a minute to determine that wasn't going to work out for us. So gotta move on.